Hello everyone, my name is Carolina Rivera. I'm going to show you how to do a couple of transactions with the dealer portal. First, to log in, the URL is www.fastacportal.com. Then you get a window like this one. You have to put your username and password, the same one you used to use with your smart system. Same password. You can change it if you don't remember it well. On the forgot password, I will show you at the end. For now, let's log in, and we're going to do first a activation. Let me show you how the site works. Here in the top, we have the different brands. We have Simple Mobile. If you click, you will see highlighted Net10, Telcel, and we have the TracFone brand coming soon. And then on the bottom, we have a sub-menu that will allow you to do different type of transactions like activations, re-app, ports. You can check the phone number, and you have the dealer support site. I'm going to show you one of each. Let's do a Simple Mobile activation. This is one of the easiest steps. Before I go ahead, I'm going to let you know, for Simple Mobile, you only need the SIM card. But when you are transacting with Net10, you will need a serial number, and if the phone's technology is CDMA, then you don't need a SIM. But if it is GSM, you will need the serial number and the SIM number. If we go back to Simple Mobile, you will see you only need a SIM card number to do an activation. You put the full number for the activation. We're gonna very quick do a zip code, and you need a PIN. This can be any denomination except the $10 ILD. If you notice here in the top, for Simple Mobile only, you can do the $10 ILD re-apps, but that is a re-app only. If you're going to do an activation, you need to use any of the other denominations for activation. You click continue, and right after this, we're going to get a confirmation page that the activation was successful. For a Simple Mobile, the instructions are very simple. All you have to do is turn off the phone and back on. If you need assistance with the APNs, if the customer needs assistance, you just click here and you go to the regular WSDS page that you have used in the past to help the customer with the APNs. Now, I'm going to show you a re-app. For a re-app, you need a phone number. And a PIN. Once again, this can be any denomination as long as it is not the $10 ILD. Pay as you go. Oh, I pasted in the wrong field. Right here, 2222. You click continue, and you also get a confirmation page that the re-app was successful. Now, if the customer needs to check their due date, they want to make sure that the re-app was successful, or maybe even before re-apping, they need to know when is their due date. You just enter the phone number right here. Another use for this phone check is if they don't know the brand of the phone number or their phone. So if you just put the number right here, and you're going to get 3 results: the status of the phone, their due date, this customer is August 3rd, and their brand. Now, I'm going to show you how to do a port. Let's go to a different brand. Let's do Telcel. We click imports. And as I mentioned before, for Net10, Telcel, or track phone, you will need always a serial number. If it is a GSM phone, you will need a SIM card too. There is a button right here on the ports. For the ports, we collect a lot of information that will guarantee that the port is successful. Therefore, it is important to collect the information as accurate as possible. In this case, we're gonna put the serial number. Now, for BYOP customers, the serial number is the last 15 digits of the SIM. Right here, before you continue getting all this information, and you can validate that the ESN is correct. This is an actual GSM phone, so I'm going to need a SIM card too. I'm going to show you very quick what happens if I validate the last 15 digits of this SIM. It's going to be an invalid serial number because this is not a BYOP phone. This is a regular handset, therefore I have to enter the real ESN. These are for branded phones that were sold under Telcel, Net10, or TracFone. We'll use the ESN. You enter the SIM card. You need a PIN for all transactions on the dealer portal. Right now, you will need a PIN. Very important piece of information is the number that you are going to transfer and the zip code. This zip code should match the same area code as the phone number. And also the service provider, current service provider. This is the company who owns the phone at the moment. If you don't see it on the list, as you can see, you don't see Simple Mobile on the list, you can select Other and just type Simple Mobile. If it's one of the list, then just select, for example, the Sprint, and now you click Continue. On the next page, we're going to collect the current service provider information. It's very important to have this information as accurate as possible. You can get it from the bill, or the customer needs to contact their current service provider in some scenarios, as these pieces of information are the ones that will allow the customer to release the line. I understand some customers don't want to give their information, but if they register their information with their current provider, they need to provide that to us. Here, as the alternative phone number, it's very important that they provide a different number than the one they are porting. If they have any issues and any of our representatives needs to contact them, this is the number they're going to call. And that is why it's very important to get a valid phone number different than the one they are porting. Right here, just city, state, zip code, an email in case they can call them. They can email them if they need an extra piece of information. And if they have a social security register with the provider, they need to provide it. Otherwise, you can put just any four numbers to continue. At this moment, we are creating a port ticket that will be processed. Most of this process is automated. It depends on the carrier who's releasing the line. And that is why we are putting here that it could take few hours. With the big carriers, it takes 10 minutes maybe. But just so we set the right expectations, we're telling the customer it could take few hours. And if it is a line, it could take a little longer. So that's why we put it even up to 2 days. The way you know that the port is done is when the phone stops working. Then you know you can insert a new SIM if what you bought was a SIM. Or you can follow the instructions here depending on the technology of the phone. For example, for a GSM phone, all you need to do is turn it off and back on. But for a CDMA phone, you need to call the star 22890. Remember this star right here, star 22890 to program a phone with Verizon, or with the Sprint, you just follow the activation screens on the phone. Very important piece of information to give to the customer, this ticket number. If they have any issues, they can call the customer service, or they can go to our websites, put the ticket number, and check on the status of the case. Now, one last transaction that I'm going to show you is the Simple Mobile $10 ILD. It's pretty similar to a re-app. I'm going to use the same phone number, 222-273. And now we are going to use the $10 ILD pins. As I mentioned before, these pins are only to be used on this tab. Don't use it for any other of the transactions, only for the $10 ILD. You put the pin, click continue, and these are pay-as-you-go ILD services, and the redemption is completed. Now, here on the dealer support, if you click here, you're gonna go to the tfdealers.com, www.tfdealers.com, and it's a site where you can find helpful information. You use your login and password, and you can have important information in there. Now, at last, I'm going to show you how to, if you forget your password, how to reset it. It's very simple. You just click Forgot Password, type your email address, the one that you have the account, the same user login that you have with us. For this, it's important that you have a real email. If you don't have it, you might have to call us and do it manually. But if you have a real email configured, then you just put your password, you do reset, and you will receive an email with a link. You click on that link, and then that will give you a different screen that will show you 3 different fields: your user login and password, and confirm the password, and then you change your password. It's very simple, but the key part is that you have a real email. I think that's all I can show you. It's a very simple site, and as I mentioned, all the brands work very similar. The main difference is that, okay, let me log in once again so I can show you that the $10 ILD is only available for Simple Mobile. Right here, if you are in Simple Mobile, you have the $10 ILD. If you have NetEnt, you don't have the $10 ILD. Thank you very much. And if you need more assistance, you can go to the dealer support, and there you can get more information. Thank you very much.